Welcome back, gamers, and happy new year's. So the first game I'm going to talk about is Elite Dangerous Horizons, which I've been playing for the last 3 weeks, of course, just to get the feel of everything again and relearn the game and get all my ships again, get my reputation up in the world and explore the galaxy and see what's new. So far, the expansion doesn't offer as much as I thought it would. Of course, you're paying for the incoming material that is coming later on. Now, the first thing I'm going to point out is that there are 3 types of people surrounding this game right now. You have number 1, the backers, who backed up the game, got the lifetime pass, etc. So they get all the expansions for free, which is what I fall into, the category of the backers, so I get all expansions. Number 2, you have the people who enjoy this game. They're late fans, they jumped in, they're playing the game now, and they also they get a nice discount because they own Elite Dangerous and they're playing the game, but they understand the pricing, they know what's going on. The third type of people is the people who literally hate the pricing of the game. So there are people who are taking a dump on the game because of the pricing, and that's entirely understandable because looking at it from that perspective, the people who owned Elite Dangerous and purchased Horizons, they had a $15 discount. So they're basically paying $45 for the base game again, and they'd rather pay for the expansion instead of just the base game. They'd rather pay for the season pass, not the base game they already owned. So hopefully in the future, we can see a lot more communication from Frontier, hopefully, and address the problems with some of the people out there, mostly the Steam forums, of course. Let's be frank here, what they're asking for is $45 to support the game on a 10-year roadmap. Of course they need funding, of course they need money to continue the game, because they're not going to make any other money from then forth, because the people who already invested the game, because they've already got the lifetime, so they're not going to pay anymore except to buy all these little colors and paint and bobbleheads that are in the store, and that's not enough to fund the game. So that's why they wanted to do this type of pricing plan. And if you weren't informed about it, then I'm informing you now that every year they're going to come out with probably the same pricing plan. And of course there's all type of arguments going on, whereas people are saying, whoa, MMOs charge you $15 a month and then charge you expansions. There's all types of arguments going on, and the other side is, yeah, well, MMOs already have what they're coming out with when they charge you for the expansion. You get all this stuff and then more dungeons come out a little later. So the veterans that are buying the game now feel cheated because the new players can get the expansion and the main game itself for that price, which is why all this argument is happening for the game. So all the debacle aside, my disappointment isn't about the pricing of the game at all. However, if you do have the problem with the pricing and you hate the pricing plan and you hate the way it works, my best advice for you is to wait till that price goes down way lower than it is until you feel like it's at a price point that you'll buy the game at, or wait till the next expansion, see when the game actually entices you to play it, and then do that. Hell, you can even wait 10 years down the line and just buy the game for $60 if it goes that far. As for the people who are getting into Elite Dangerous, if you plan to get Elite Dangerous, get Horizons, ignore ED, the original Elite Dangerous. But keep in mind that Elite Dangerous Horizons is 64-bit only, and the original Elite Dangerous offered 32-bit and 64-bit. Of course, as time goes on, you'll still get the updates, but you won't be able to do the cool stuff that expansions offer, which is what you're paying for, and the expansion is the new stuff that you get to do. Now, what do we know about the new stuff so far? As far as the roadmap is concerned, it's not really a thorough roadmap. What we know is that you get planetary landings, you get multi-crew, you get avatar creation, and you get ship launching abilities and new ship, and also synthesizing, looting, crafting, whatever they're going to call it, system that comes in this year. So as far as we know, all that's announced is all we know about the roadmap, but we don't get a thorough roadmap about the game, which is kind of worrisome for some people because you want to know exactly what is going to be in this expansion. As far as I've seen in this expansion, what I've seen so far is Planetary Landing. It's a really cool concept. You can't land on atmospheric planets yet, but the plan is you land on planets, you can land on these outposts, you can explore outposts, and you can see all these cool wonders, cities, penal systems, settlements, etc. that you can land on and grab missions from. You'll get new surface missions. Some of these missions will be rescue missions, some of them will be delivery missions as usual, or some of them will be finding stuff, or even missions to destroy certain aspect of outposts such as their power supply, etc. And of course, by just driving around, you'll find point of interest. You'll find derelict ship here and there. You'll find mining areas where you can mine for the materials needed to synthesize. You'll find skimmers that will attack you. They'll raise up from the ground and attack you for no reason. You'll find some interesting stuff here and there on the surface itself. So you might find some discovery. That's all there is, and you can pretty much admire the landscape. Yes, we know there's going to be synthesizing and looting, but we don't know how in-depth it will go. As for avatar creations, multi-crew I really don't care about because I don't really play the game with anybody else, and so far it's a pain to even partner up with people and do stuff with them. And of course, the ship launching ability is probably the coolest thing in the game coming out later on, which I like. But as far as it goes for this game, with all this new missions, some new ships, and Planetary Landing, we all know that this is a great open world space flight simulation game that's got quite a bit of technical feat and accomplishments. With the immersion and the way you land your ship, the imagination that's in the game. One day you can be a space pirate, a bounty hunter, or a trader, or even an explorer. We all know that's there in the game. However, the problem with this game is that it lacks gameplay depth, and that's the gamer side of me talking. This game isn't for everyone, and gamers really want to play this sort of game the way they want to play it. When you play the game, what are you expecting? Gamers want to build out their own space station from using millions of credits they've been hoarding up, because right now what you're making millions of credits on is to maintain your own ship or buy more ship to pack into garages. You want to encounter space aliens, the thyroids, which are coming out later on hopefully. So you want to see other stuff like, let's say, that wedding barrage that just goes by every day, all of a sudden gets attacked by a bunch of assassins and you have to save the bride from it, and then by saving the bride there's a chain mission to drop on this planet and destroy their home base. You know, that kind of stuff adds gameplay depth to the game. Like, missions are worth doing. When you do it, it makes you feel like you've done something and accomplished something, or maybe blowing up a space station. I don't know. There's a lot of things that you can add to this game to add gameplay depth. I don't know how they're going to do it, but hopefully they'll do it. But that's what I feel like when I play the game, is that it's missing gameplay depth. I want to see more to it. And right now, from all I've played, trade, make a lot of money, buy a new ship, explore some stars here and there, and go, ooh, maybe land on some landscape, admire craters, and look around you and see how thrilling space is. Yes. Sometimes it's kind of tedious, yes, and sometimes it can be repetitive, yes, but it's relaxing and it's fun to play and it offers a lot of immersion. However, it's not a game for everyone. You really have to get yourself into the game to feel it, to see what people are seeing, why they're enjoying this game, and we get that. Hell, I get it because I really enjoy this game. However, the gamer side of me, like I said before, doesn't, because it doesn't feel like there's enough content and depth. And this is coming from someone who's played the game since the beginning. I mean, I definitely like the game. I just feel like it's missing more to it. And hopefully, in the future, we'll see more to the game as the game grows. Because, like I said, it's on a 10-year roadmap. And much of the content desired in the game is not there yet. But the game has a foundation. It's laid out and we know what it is. So the game is like a glass of milk and Oreos, and everybody loves that unless you're lactose intolerant. So the glass of milk is thin, and you're trying to dip the Oreos in there and get as much as you can, but there isn't much milk yet. The milk has to be filled up, and as time goes along, milk will come up and you'll be able to dunk the Oreo. But for now, as far as it goes, you can only put the Oreo sideways and get as much as you can out of the game and enjoy it. So hopefully in the future, we'll see more stuff to the game, and as they update the game and add more stuff, I'll be sure to come back and revisit the game. As for a person who looks at the game and recommend it for what it offers right now, for the people that are veterans, if you want to stay up to date, you want to support the game, hell yes, it's definitely worth supporting Elite Dangerous Horizons. You're investing your money into something that's growing and you want to be a part of that growth. But for people who are looking for much more and feel like the game is bare, it doesn't offer much because you get bored of exploration, you get bored of trading, and you get bored of the same old things you do in Elite Dangerous, then perhaps it's not the game for you. So there's other space sims coming out. We have the most anticipated game coming out, No Man's Land, and you have Star Citizen, which is huge. The only thing I can say is only time will tell. Be patient about Elite Dangerous also, and we'll see what happens down the road. It might be a good faith, or it might be a bad faith in the game, and the game might even die tomorrow. We don't even know for sure. So as it goes along, I'll tell you how I feel about the game. But for now, the game is what it is. Enjoy it and play it and immerse yourself.
for now. And that's pretty much my review about Horizons and what's to come. Thanks for watching, guys, and game on.
Yeah.